All praise to the sustainer, the author and sustainer of justice. Blessings on those who pursue justice, and woe to those who oppose justice. Much thanks to the supporters and subscribers of the Church Talk Unlimited channel, those in Alabama, Georgia, Florida, Tennessee, Mississippi, Texas, Chicago, Virginia, Nigeria, Ethiopia, Oregon, California, and all other places that are represented today, as well as in the past. I appreciate you very much, and I hope that the content of this channel is helpful to you and to yours. If I am misunderstood, I apologize for not making myself clear. I have made a lot of mistakes in my life, but I have always been interested, in justice. And I am now interested in justice. Through the churches and all other faith-based community organizations that claim to be in the best interest of the community, especially the community of the poor, and more specifically, the poor of the Black churches. It is Saturday, November 4th, 2023, 5 p.m. Pacific time. Welcome to Church Talk Unlimited with James Paul Berry. You may contact me if you like at the original church talk at gmail.com. You may leave a comment in the comments section of the previously posted videos, or you may join me and others today after this video in the live chat. Today we are talking about the subject, the question, what is important to God? What is important to God? God being a supreme deity with omnipotence, with omniscience, and omnipresence, meaning God has all of the power. God has all of the knowledge and beyond. And God is able to be present everywhere at the same time. That God. Since our beginning in this race of faith, this new life as a believer in God, have we considered what is important to God? Since I was Christian, since I was sprinkled, since I was baptized, since I came through, since I spoke in tongues, since I was baptized in the Holy Ghost and fire, have I considered since that time what is important to God, how I conduct my life's business, what is important to God, and how I do what I do. How long has it been since we cared about the principles of life that are important to God, and God being the supreme power in the universe? Have we ever really cared? Or do we just care about those in the clique with us in terms of what they think about us? There were cliques in the Bible, 1 Corinthians chapter 1. And those cliques, well, there were more than one, but those in particular in chapter 1, they clicked up about their preachers. Have we ever really cared about what is important to God, or do we just care about what is important to preachers? I think that's a valid question. Do I know what is important to God? No, I do not. I have faith that God, the Creator, is real, and my most meaningful proof is the S-U-N. Now hold on. I am not discounting the S-O-N, namely Jesus, from the Bible. I just cannot prove the existence of the S-O-N, at least according to the Bible, until the events of the earth have run its course. That is what we call the end of the world. The S-U-N, however, is right there and has been right there all of my days and all of your days for me to witness and to benefit, to be blessed. However, I also believe that my original relationship with my Creator and yours has been corrupted. And I am to blame because it is my relationship to maintain. So I am to blame. Therefore, my first act in becoming reconciled to the Creator of the universe and all its majesty is for me to first acknowledge that I don't know. And I have decided to stop acting like I know exactly what to do simply because I have memorized some text from the Bible, the Quran, the Injil, the Book of the Dead, and other texts. Just memorizing texts to use them in conversation to show that I have some knowledge is not necessarily what is important to God. Certainly, knowledge is a part of it. But to use this knowledge to get back to that image that I was created in, I need more than just the words. The Bible is one of the greatest books, if not the greatest book that I know of. And in Mark chapter 12, verse 29 through 31, Jesus was talking to some people, and one of the teachers of the law, verse 28, came and heard them debating, noticing that Jesus had given them a good answer. He asked Jesus, of all the commandments, which is the most important? This is the New International Version of Mark 12:28 through 31. So this teacher of the law, this teacher of the Torah, came and heard these people debating with Jesus, and he deemed it within himself that Jesus had given them a good answer. I can't recall what they were talking about right now. I'm not going to read the whole chapter. But the lawyer asked him, the teacher of the law asked him, of all the commandments, which is the most important? Don't steal, don't kill, blah, blah, blah. And Jesus answered him and said, the most important one is this: Hear, O Israel. Now, there was a time when I read the Bible and it seemed as if God was only concerned about a certain group of people. But after continuing to read, Paul, especially, who has come to be probably the most well-known of all the apostles of the New Testament, talks about Greeks and Jews being a part of the children of God. So let's just say the most important thing first is to hear, to listen for our Creator. And don't get confused with another creature because of how they sound or how they look or the words they use to be a representative. Every person has their own relationship with the Creator. I can't do it for you. I'm just here to encourage you, because the Creator has not made any junk. You are just as smart as me or smarter. You have intelligence, you have a brain, you have a mind. Paul talked about, let this mind be in you, which shows you have the power that the rest of us have, and you have the authority, according to the Bible. The Creator, who does all things well, is expecting you to hear. Hear, O Israel, the Lord our God, the Lord is one. If we are confused, that is one indication to me that we are not hearing the Creator. Verse 30, he says, love the Lord your God. Love the Creator, your God, with all your heart and with all your soul and with all your mind and with all your strength. And if you're like me, for most of the last 50 years, I had no idea what that was. Loving God with all my heart, soul, mind, and strength. And I put myself through a lot of things that were unnecessary, because verse 31 explained to me how that's going to be done. Verse 30, love the Lord your God with all your heart and with all your soul and with all your mind and with all your strength. The second is this: love your neighbor as yourself. There is no commandment greater than these. I used to look at this and I saw God and neighbor, but I missed myself. What is important to God? That I love myself, I love my neighbor, and I love God. I need to find out for myself who God is. I have been fighting for justice, especially for the poor, poor in the churches, the rich churches, the churches that have been in existence long enough to only have to pay operating costs. They don't have a mortgage anymore. And they have money coming in all the time, money that could be used to help those members who have been faithful. I'm fighting for those things because I believe those things are important to God. Until next time, I wish you justice. You're welcome to join me now as I join those in the live chat. God bless you. Welcome, Brother Walker. Brother Walker said it depends on what God you are referring to. If we were important to him, why all the suffering? How many centuries must we endure to be saved? Let's look a little bit at this, Brother Walker. As I referred to in the beginning of the video, we all have our own idea, but I summed it up as being the creator of all things, the creator of the universe, the creator of the sun, and the power behind the sun. And I believe we are important. We just don't know how important we are. And I believe we are afraid or we are too lazy to look and see, to ask if God is real. God knows everything about us, as I said. God is said to be omnipotent, omniscient, and omnipresent. So if that's true, God knows our thoughts and all these things. So let's just ask for what we want and see if it occurs. We say God lives in us. We ought to be living better lives. Let's just try and see if these things can come about. If not, let's move on to something else. I'm not that smart. No one that he has created is smarter or mightier than he. Yes. And at the same time, there's two sides to your argument because you're saying if we are important, then why we haven't been saved? And none of us are smarter than the Creator. And I believe that. And I believe that is a method and a plan in this madness that because of our laziness, because we've spent so much time on things away from each other, not communicating with each other, giving each other benefit of the doubt that maybe you can share something to help me and I can share something to help you, that we've missed out on a whole lot of love that we could have shared, that could have made all of our communities better. Hey, Dee, welcome. Thank you for being here. Thank you, Brother Walker. Leadership think and believe they are gods, if not only the chosen one to speak with him. How absurd. Yes, indeed. Because they preach that we are all one, but they act like they're the only ones. But that's not my Creator. My Creator put in me the knowledge that I am a part of the whole creation, and we all are equally meaningful, but we can walk away from our positions. Love and evolution, Brother Willie, of his greatest creation is what I think would be what the Creator would expect from us. Yes, indeed. I don't feel that God's people need to suffer to look forward to a reward. I think a Creator of all things will want life to evolve into what our experiences dictate and teaching initiate. Thank you for that thought. I thought about what Jesus promised his disciples, and he said, whatever you ask the Father in my name, and of course he's saying by my authority, because you are a faithful disciple, otherwise you can't use my name properly. So whatever you ask the Father in my name, Jesus said, my Father will give it to you. And Jesus said, I didn't just come that you would have life, but that you would have life more abundantly. So I'm asking the preachers who control the money, where is the abundance for the other people? That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying preachers shouldn't get to live a good, luxurious life, but I'm saying, why can't others share in that abundant life? You didn't earn it any more than they. And some of them even worked harder than you have. What is important to God? Since our thoughts and ways aren't like the Creator, but He is a part of our makeup, we do have a part to play in our development. Yes, indeed, we do. And I think if we will continue to just speak with each other, we don't have to agree, and we're not going to agree on everything, even people. And I haven't read all of the Quran, but I've read the Bible. Throughout the Bible, people don't agree. And there are people who don't agree, even in the Bible stories, they didn't agree with the God of the Bible in those stories. So that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about being honest and having open-ended conversations about things that we know, and take it, just, pull up off of these things that we don't know. Talking about a street of gold, but I can't hardly live on Martin Luther King Jr. Boulevard. Let's stop being absurd. Until next time, brothers and sisters, invite your friends, invite your enemies, invite anybody to come and check it out. Nothing ventured, nothing gained, huh? Somebody said. Next time.